met with Harold White, Don Tassi, Anthony Giddens, we spoke about that very issue. We've outlined several steps we want to start taking. One of them is to require officers to make one positive contact per shift, which is stop and say hi, how you doing, how's your day going, anything bothering you today, that type of thing, without taking any kind of enforcement action, so we can start to build that relationship. Getting into the schools, one of the things we brought up a couple of weeks ago in another meeting was getting ourselves into the schools and informing young drivers of what they should do if they're pulled over. A lot of the same things you folks talked about, I don't belabor that, but to train them to be respectful, not submissive, respectful, so that there isn't an encounter that may result in something like an accidental shooting or something of that nature.
He makes all valid points. When I became chief 8 years ago, one of the goals I set is to get out in the community and build those relationships. There are many people here today that I've built relationships with, and I hope that by demonstrating those actions to the rest of the organization and encouraging them to get in schools to build those relationships. My command staff gets out all the time, they're available. People can pick up the phone, they can stop down and see us. The officers, get the schools officer, you know, new officers, been here a couple of years, to stress to them, build those relationships, get out in the community. You don't have to arrest people. You can go up there and say, hey, what's going on? How's your day? Can I help you? And encourage them to start working towards those goals.
I think our department, and I think it's an individual decision. It's individual officers. It's not a systemic problem. I don't think racism in law enforcement is a systemic problem. But the fact that people may think that indicates that we have a serious problem. It hurt me, literally hurt me, when I hear African Americans say, I don't go to Blackman Township or stay out of Blackman Township. Our department may have a bad reputation from years past, and it may still be individual officers. We've done some proactive things. We had body cameras, the first in Jackson County, long before Ferguson happened. That's our effort to try and address those types of issues. But again, I said it's an individual officer thing. Officers that are jerks were jerks before they were police officers.
That's right.
I feel that strongly. I'm a third-generation police officer. I want to be proud of my police force, but more importantly, I want to be proud of all of Jackson County and the relationship we have in making a health and safe learning and living environment for our families. Some of the things, if you're asking that, we are trying to increase our training through diversity training and things like that. Forums such as this are going to help. They talked about the DARE program and getting to our young kids. Studies came out and said DARE wasn't that effective when law enforcement was engaging with young kids with preventing drug use, but I wonder what kind of relationships that were effective when we had such programs. I'd love to see us get back to things like that.
I guess the short answer is I would say, back in December, the Director of State Police brought all post commanders throughout the state together and specifically tasked us with creating a community policing plan. I'm actively working on a 20-page document that spells out what our issues are in Jackson and Hillsdale County, and then I have to come up with action steps on how we are going to address them. Things like, what are the most violent crimes? What are our most common offenders? What are our most common victims, meaning age, race, gender, so that we can start identifying who we need to engage with the most. And I'm going to take a moment to introduce somebody that works at our post. If Trooper Dan Bowman will stand up for a quick minute. Trooper Dan Bowman works community. The reason I want to introduce him, his job 100% of the time is our community service trooper. He is tasked with going to community groups and going to schools. As someone mentioned, he goes into schools and he teaches different programs. That's his job. He and I meet once a month at the beginning of the month, and he brings forward to me what his plans are, who he's going to engage with that month, and what is the measurable outcome for his engagement.